It's just about 45 minutes past 6. You're most welcome to the morning show here, and it is the first show here on your first digital TV. Another beautiful morning meeting us. No rains, no sunshines, of course, because it's just early in the morning. But we're feeling so good this morning. Some people, on my way to the office, I met very serious accidents on the way, and it actually messed my morning a little bit, but it's just a reason to say thank you to my creator who is taking good care of us. So you're welcome to the show. My name is Efua Ampofo.
And my name is Alfred Kanza, as always. About 5 days into the month of September in the year 2013. Beautiful Thursday morning. And we go for the quote of the day today, and as you could just see on your screens in a jiffy, you're going to be having the quote of the day where it says, life is an evolving circle. You don't expect to gain when you have not sown. Only the mercy of God gives you what you don't deserve. That you can see on your screens at the moment. That is a quote of the day. It's just to take you through the day and motivate you throughout. So sometimes you do not get what you deserve in life, but it's the mercy of God gives you what you deserve. Just as
what you don't deserve.
Exactly.
The mercy of God gives you what you don't deserve.
You wake up this morning. It's not very normal to just wake up.
But me, somehow, I disagree that God gives you what you don't deserve.
Sometimes.
No, I mean, you don't deserve it. Why should it be given to you?
It's just the mercy of God. That's why it is mercy.
God always, per the Christian religion, we learn that God even wants you to work. You need to work to get what you want. So if you think you're not working, you're going to have favors from people, mercy all the time.
And all the time.
I don't think
mercy is what? Undeserved favor, eh? So that's what it is. So we go straight to the newspapers and to find out what the newspapers are talking about this Thursday morning. And we'll start off with the Daily Graphic,
we'll start off with the Daily Graphic.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have the Daily Graphic in front of me, a very beautiful picture of President John Dramani Mahama, who is giving a sweetheart to, of course, the Chief Imam, Sheikh Nuhu Shaributu. He says, President condemns attack on judges. President condemn attack on judges, and we captured it in the first digital news yesterday when our reporter Rosina Foster was there to cover this eventful program in the Flagstaff House. So Ghanaians urged to commit to electoral reforms, and also Gbagbo ally commends Ghana for upholding rule of law. We also have strong lobby for Akufo-Addo 2016 begins, and there's another bold story on the front page of the Daily Graphic. It says scrap allowances for trainee nurses. That's another big one coming up. We're scrapping that of one of the teachers.
Yeah, so on what basis are they making that?
We're now moving to nurses. Let me get just a few details of that particular story on page 3 of the Daily Graphic. It says the Upper East Regional Director of the Health Services, Dr. John Koku Awono Williams, has asked the Ministry of Health to be bold. I love this term, and scrap the allowance given to nurse trainees, just as the Ministry of Education, has done to that given to teacher trainees. That, he said, would not only ensure equity but also bring the best and committed nurses into the health profession. Meaning that if you are a trainee and you are just being given allowance, what you actually stand to do, or the possibility of you working well, is very low. So when they scrap allowance, you either work as a nurse or you don't do anything.
No, but you see, the reason why I'll take an exception to this proposal is that, in as much as I do agree that nursing is not a profession, it's more like a calling, like a pastor or whoever, because you're helping bring life, onto the earth by, people going through delivery and all that. Excessive commitment is needed. But this allowance is meant as motivation, for them, because what they're doing.
Allowance are given to pastors.
Exactly, kind of. You would say that the pastor's reward is supposed to be in heaven, but they are paid on earth. So what's the point in scrapping this? I mean, some of these people are sent to remote areas and they just go and work for the sake of it. So I think it's debatable. It's worth
because
looking into.
Trying to draw religious meanings into this will not help, because of course even
away from the religion, not at all.
What we have
I'm saying that it's more like
for money.
Exactly. So scrapping this allowance is not going to help, really. I think
maybe government is really broke. So Daily Graphic has some beautiful pictures here, but it has captured some pictures of the whales that have been washed ashore for a while, and people sort of chopping off the body of the whale. Is it a fish? It's that type of fish, right?
Yeah, that's
but
right.
This one is a whale.
It's a mammal.
Yeah, it's a mammal. So they're chopping over some axe over there, but sorry, we can't bring it to you, So Daily Graphic also captured at the back page, goal all out against Zambia with 2-4 urges Black Star. And yesterday there was some funny games going on Twitter. People cursing them. Someone actually said that Zambians cannot go to heaven. Someone asked why, and they said because heaven is filled with beautiful things, and Zambians are not beautiful.
Really?
So they can't go to heaven.
No, but the thing
all this because small match between Zambia and Ghana. Oh,
well, I'm told that the plane they were coming with has been denied landing in the Kumasi airport because I think it's quite huge and some technical stuff. So they are still in Zambia. Okay. And they're expected probably later today, ahead of tomorrow.
All right, but I wish the players well. They say no complacency.
Exactly.
No complacency.
Ghanaian Times says ceasefire. That's the banner headline story in the Ghanaian Times newspaper this morning. President urges halt to post-verdict commentaries. That's what it's captured in here in the Ghanaian Times newspaper. Ceasefire. That is what is here. Government appeals to UTAG also to call off a strike. And the developing story about this is that the University of Ghana, Legon branch of UTAG has called off the strike. And the national executives are threatening to sanction them for that. Let's see how it pans out as the day ends. GJ asks media to exercise caution, also captured in the front page of the Ghanaian Times newspaper this morning. GJ asks media to exercise caution. It's captured in the Ghanaian Times newspaper. And if you go to the back page, Zambia won't survive. Alhaji Jawula is here. Kumasi goes agog, also captured in the Ghanaian Times newspaper.
Just as I am, poor wretched blind, sight riches healing of the mind.
Especially as you go. So we're talking, like we already gave the indication that we're talking the crusade against corruption that is taking a different dimension with a planned demonstration by a group affiliated to the Progressive People's Party, the PPP, and how effective this demo will be and what it is meant to achieve. We've been talking corruption all the time. We see on TV, people come and lambast government, people lambast opposition, people lambast state officials as well, and government officials, of course, in the ministries and all those places. How are we going to be able to move a step ahead from the talk and do something else to probably let the government and other officials in government also know that we are very serious about this and we mean business as to how to curb corruption in the country?
Very well so, and we've been fighting corruption, and we're told it's as old as Adam, and as a result, sometimes getting the antidote to it becomes very difficult now. But for those people who believe that putting pressure, positive pressure on government is the trick, Progressive People's Party have put together this crusade, and not just a demonstration, it's more like a crusade against corruption. William Dorpo is the convener for this particular crusade, and he's joined us in studio this morning as we get into how it's all going to be, what it's meant to achieve, how different is it going to be from the rest that we've had in this country. So, Dopo, I thank you very much. And
Thank you
it's good
very
to have
much.
you.
Thank you.
Yes, it's good to be here again.
Wonderful.
It's been a while.
It's been a while indeed. Now, we've had demonstrations taking place in this country, all geared towards the same issue of corruption. Now, why can't we really find an antidote to this canker called corruption that is eating us up in this country?
Okay, thank you very much, and good morning to viewers of Sky Digital TV. It's a privilege to be here.
Digital TV.
Of Now First Digital
Right.
TV. Yeah, it's been a while since I came here. Good morning to you all viewers. Now, the PPP-led coalition against corruption is just a continuation of our agenda to make incorruptible leadership in our governance system a reality in Ghana. And we flew that flag in the 2012 elections. Fortunately, the big issue on the political scene is died down a bit, and we need to revive that. Now, on the 10th of September, we are going to launch a long-term campaign against corruption. You rightly said, it is often said that corruption started way back in the days of Adam, and we are also prepared to fight corruption till Christ comes. So, that is a good match for those who say that you can't do anything about it. It started, even before you were born. We agree, but we too, we are expecting Christ to come, so we are going to fight till Christ comes. Now, so on the 10th of September, we'll launch. But the demonstration that people are excited about is only one of the tools of this advocacy campaign that we intend to use to have reforms in our governance system, so that we will be able to remove realistically corruption from our system. So if you look at the issues that we are putting forth, the first one is that, look, you cannot talk about fighting corruption when the institution or the people that are supposed to lead the charge some way, somehow, are subordinates of those who are actually perpetrating the wrong. And if you take the Attorney General's department that we're talking about, for instance, it is very much part of the Ministry of Justice. And the Ministry of Justice is very much part of the executive branch of government. And for the kind of governance system we have in this country, the executive has got
enormous power.
Enormous powers, and your executive controls virtually everything in our governance system. So it just doesn't work like that. I find it interesting that former attorneys general have said that, well, they do not think that separating the two would help. And sometimes when they finish the argument, we go back and find out, and you realize that perhaps being, legal people, they are finding it difficult to, do something drastic, when it comes to, people in that field.
One of the things we're going to do with respect to this particular proposal you're making, because this is not the first time it's coming up, decoupling the Attorney General's department from the Ministry of Justice. We're going to be having the privilege of having a lawyer in the studio to help us understand the legal impacts.
But before then, let me just touch on their demonstration. I do not know what the import is, but in my mind, it is very clear that you don't fight corruption with demonstrations. Corruption is simply evidence-based. If you say somebody is corrupt, it's not the demonstrations that would resolve the matter. We have state institutions. We have Yoko. We have Shraj. We even have the courts. We have the police. And so if you think that a public official is corrupt, the matter is very simple. Adduce evidence to support that. But to go on demonstrations, I don't see how that is going to exorcise corruption in our society.